Ladies and gentlemen, Democratic Senator Adam Schiff is absolutely sweating bullets right now. You see, just the other day, President Trump issued an order that purged almost all of the FBI's leadership, as well as many of the corrupt FBI personnel that acted in accordance with Biden's weaponization of the justice system. And as you all might remember, Senator Adam Schiff was a big part of that. And so right this very moment, pretty much everyone on the left is losing their minds. Take a look.
Where the Trump administration has conducted an unprecedented purge at the top levels of the FBI. Unprecedented. Administration officials have forced out all 6 of the FBI's most senior executives and multiple heads of various FBI field offices across the country, according to current and former FBI officials who spoke with NBC News. This is hostile takeover of federal law enforcement. There's no other way to call it. Included the high-profile leader of the Washington, D.C. field office, which was involved in the prosecutions of President Donald Trump. The Department of Justice also fired multiple federal prosecutors who conducted the criminal investigation of January 6 rioters, according to sources.
And so keep in mind, these are the very same January 6 rioters that were held for 4 years with no charges and without due process. The very same people that Donald Trump just pardoned. And so right now, Senator Adam Schiff isn't exactly happy. As he posted on X just yesterday, FBI Director nominee Kash Patel promised no retribution. The next day, we have this grotesque purge at the FBI. Pam Bondi said she would examine the pardons on a case-by-case basis. Then Trump gave 1,550 pardons overnight. Their confirmation commitments mean nothing. And so why is Senator Adam Shifty Schiff so upset about all of this? Well, as many of you might remember, he was on the very corrupt January 6 House Select Committee. In fact, that wasn't the end of his Twitter tirade. Take a look at this. Tonight, Donald Trump fired dozens of prosecutors at the D.C. U.S. Attorney's Office and agents at the FBI. Another Friday night massacre as the president removes those loyal to the Constitution and installs those loyal to him. Yeah, because President Trump is some evil dictator, right? Or maybe he's just cutting out all of the corruption that has spread throughout the FBI over the last couple years. In fact, take a look at this.
They appear to be targeting all the FBI agents who were involved in any of the cases brought against January 6th rioters. And to put this in perspective, the January 6th riot cases make up the largest single investigation ever in the history of the Bureau. The January 6th cases are the largest criminal caseload ever assembled by the Department of Justice. If they are going to try to purge every FBI agent who took any part in any one of these well over 1,000 cases, that's kind of the whole FBI. I mean, not every single member of the FBI, but certainly most of the FBI.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what all of this seems to be about. Keep in mind, this is the very same FBI that concocted a bunch of bogus charges in order to raid Trump's house at Mar-a-Lago, that spied on his 2016 presidential campaign under the direction of Barack Obama, and hunted down anyone even loosely involved with January 6th. So hey, I don't know how anyone can even try to deny that there are highly corrupt, deeply partisan actors operating inside of the FBI. That seems abundantly clear. But also, guys, I want to say real fast, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help a lot. But okay, so what does all of this stuff really mean?
There's an enormous impact, Kate. This is probably the biggest purge in the modern history of the FBI, and we're talking about most of the senior leadership at the Bureau. You mentioned those 6 executive assistant directors. They're like the top supervisors on the 7th floor here in headquarters at Washington, D.C. But today we're learning that as many as 20 or more special agents in charge of various field offices around the country have also been removed from their posts.
So have you guys heard the phrase, the fish rots from the head down? Well, guess what? That seems to be the case here. What seems to be happening is that Trump has identified leadership within the FBI that has been complicit in the weaponization of the justice system, as well as various other low-level employees that were happy to go along with it. And so guess what? It's those people that he's getting rid of. But I mean, really, what's the alternative to doing this? How is Trump supposed to lead the country with an FBI that is looking to stab knives in his back every chance they get? Because we've all seen that that's clearly what's on the agenda. And the reality is that we all just gave Trump the mandate to do what he needs to do. And guess what? That includes purging corrupt members of the FBI. If Trump has proof that these people illegally conspired against him or sought to weaponize the justice system against him, they've got to go. But okay, so as all of this is going on, as all of this is unfolding, Senator Adam Schiff just yesterday hopped on a podcast and talked about what the people can do to help combat Trump's reign of tyranny. Take a look.
The best thing I would say for your viewers to do to avoid the despair that comes from feeling you have no control over what's happening is to be involved. You don't have to invent the wheel. If you care about what he's doing to the environment and his drill baby drill, and the fact that it's producing these deadly fires in California and deadly hurricanes in North Carolina, there are lots of great environmental groups to get involved with.
Did you hear that? He actually just blamed the recent Californian wildfires and the hurricanes in North Carolina on Trump's drill baby drill agenda. First off, that's just painfully and obviously ridiculous. But second off, does he forget who was in the White House for the last 4 years? Because as a reminder, it wasn't President Trump. But as you all know, this is just typical behavior for members of the progressive left. Everything bad that happens during Democrat rule is somehow because of the evil Republicans, and everything good that happens during the rule of the evil Republicans is somehow because of the great and amazing Democrats. They genuinely live in an alternate, distorted reality, and these people like Adam Schiff, they are literally insane. But okay, so what else does Mr. Adam Schiff have to say?
If you want to weigh in on the immigration debate and push back against mass deportations, there are groups that will allow you to be a part of calling attention to these acts of great inhumanity and speaking out and acting out and joining those litigating to push back.
Yeah, because having borders and enforcing immigration laws is an act of great inhumanity. You can't help but wonder if Adam Schiff even listens to himself when he speaks. Does he have any idea how idiotic he sounds? And this is exactly why the Democrats just got done losing an election. And once again, I want everyone to remember, we can't forget that Mr. Adam Schiff recently took a preemptive blanket pardon from Biden before he left the White House. It really makes you think, now that Trump is laying off FBI leadership, it sure seems like Trump has reason to believe that there was in fact some foul play going on with these investigations. But hey, when we talk about draining the swamp, this is exactly what we are talking about. We are talking about identifying corrupt deep state actors and getting them out of our government, because we've all seen very recently, just over the last couple years, just how much damage they can do. And if you want to drain the swamp, you've got to get rid of all of the beasts living in the swamp as well. So hey, in a way, Adam Schiff is a lot like Shrek, only not funny and uglier. But hey, I want to know what you guys have to say about all of this, so please go down below and drop a comment. Please like the video if you liked it. Please consider subscribing. It really does help a lot with my daily struggle against the dreaded YouTube algorithm. Thank you all very much for watching, and of course, as always, stay safe.